going on, everybody? Got the Raging Rob here. Just want to give a recap of TPUSA. I was down there. I'm not going to go today. Today's Sunday. I'm not going to bother. But I was down there Friday night and Saturday. And I had a really good time. A lot of good speakers. Ran into a lot of good patriots that I know throughout Michigan. A lot of familiar faces. I've seen a few rhinos down there. I'm not going to say any names, but I've seen a few bad eggs down there that I don't like. That I've had feuds with on social media before. Rhinos, you know. And I just don't pay attention to those people. I just... look who it is. You know, there's one girl I seen down there I fought with. A rhino. I'm not going to say her name. I was just walking around and I seen her. She was doing a little photo op and I just turned my head like that. I'm like, nope, I don't want nothing to do with you. I'm not going to say anybody's name. But I've seen a lot of good patriots, a lot of good familiar faces, a lot of people I know, a lot of good speakers. This gives me high hopes for November. It really does. And I know what people are going to say. Well, stop trusting the system. Blah, 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 blah. The elections are rigged and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we're working on it, okay? It's a rigged system and we're working on it. But I have more confidence this year than I did in 2020. I will say that. So, and this isn't about Donald Trump. This is about saving our country. Okay? We are living under fascism. That's a fact. But with that being said, I had a really good time Friday and Saturday. I got to meet Charlie Kirk. He was a nice guy. He lives in Phoenix too. I lived in Phoenix for like 10 years. I got to meet the lovely Tulsi Gabbard. She was a nice girl to talk to. And I can relate to her. I used to be a Democrat too, so. Tulsi told me there's more of us out there than you know. That's exactly what she told me. I'm like, yep, you're right. So she was a really nice girl. Say what you want about Tulsi. Oh, she was a Democrat. She supported this, you know, but people do change. She's an independent, okay? So, she was a really nice lady. But anyway, had a really good time down there. No protesting problems. I mean, there was one guy out standing outside with the jail suit with the Trump mask on, you know. No Antifa, no, none of those shitbags. I didn't have any problems walking to and from the event. I parked about 4 blocks away. I didn't have any problems. I got a few dirty looks because I had a All Lives Matter t-shirt on. I had one white guy yell at me about my t-shirt. Well, All Lives Matter. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, shut up. I just kept walking. But I really didn't have any problems walking to and from my vehicle. Parked my vehicle about 4 or 5 blocks away in a parking garage. I had a really good time, and it's nice to see a lot of my friends. So, I really do have high hopes for this country. Next thing I want to talk about, Rochester Hills. Not the way I like to end my weekend. Rochester Hills. I get back to my hotel, turn on the TV, I'm like, what the hell is going on here? I mean, I seen it on my phone, breaking news, shooting in Rochester. As I was at the TPUSA event, I was checking my phone periodically, checking signal messages and, Facebook messages. People message me, hey, where you at? This is where I'm at. I'm like, okay. Are you here at the event? I'm like, yeah, And I got a breaking news, whatever came up on my phone. I'm like, oh, what's this? And I seen mass shooting in Rochester Hills. I'm like, oh, fuck, what the hell? And I found out kids were involved. It just makes me sick to my stomach. So, I'll give you my thoughts on it. They passed 14 gun bills recently and this crap still happens. First thing, when I hear about these things, first thought that goes to my head is, first I get sick to my stomach. That's the first thing that goes to me. And the first thing I have to ask is, how did this happen? Let's see where the investigation goes, right? We'll see how that goes. I send my prayers to Rochester Hills. I'm a Christian myself, the man of God. And I know the kind of evil that's in this world. Okay? You cannot characterize evil as a certain type of gun. A 9mm Glock pistol was used to shoot some kids. I guess 2 are still critical right now, including the mother, in 4 different hospitals. And then I find out, I still don't know the identity of the shooter. Okay? The only thing I found out was he was a 42-year-old. He lived in a trailer with his mom in Shelby Township. They raided the house. Michael Bouchard, I know I yelled at Michael Bouchard in the past for walking on his constituents when questions got tough. But I'll give credit where the credit is due. Michael Bouchard, you acted quick on this, and for that you got my respect. It could have been worse. But I have to ask questions. He wasted no time showing an AR-15 on a kitchen table. First off, what kind of sick fuck leaves an AR-15 on the kitchen table? Okay. What kind of a monster shoots kids? I'll say that. What kind of a monster pulls out a gun and shoots at a splash pad with children present? Regardless of what gun it was. And obviously the guy was sick in the head. If you believe this happened. I'm still questioning things. I'm not saying false flag. I'm not going into conspiracy theories or anything. I'm not trying to. But I have to ask questions. I've seen some chatter on Facebook. One guy said that he had his dad was at the hospital for a cardiac arrest heart problem. And they had to transfer him to Clinton Township because shooting victims are going to that hospital. And they put Troy Beaumont Hospital on lockdown. Why are they putting the hospital on lockdown when victims are coming in? Did they get a threat? I mean, what? They didn't go into that, but, what's up with that? Why did they find an AR-15 on the kitchen table? And the stock, if you look at the stock of the gun, it wasn't even out. If you know anything about guns, the stock, it's the end piece that goes in and out on a long rifle. Well, the stock was pushed all the way in. And they just happened to find this gun on a kitchen table. Okay, if you had that kind of gun, I mean, we've seen a lot of these guns being used in these mass shootings. AR-15, 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 AR-15. They like to blow up the AR-15 a lot. Thank God it wasn't used in this shooting. I mean, it's tragic if any gun was used in this shooting, yeah. Don't get me wrong. But you would think a mass shooter, he would use something like an AR-15. But he didn't. So he had an AR-15, and he didn't use it. And I asked, why? I think that AR-15 was placed there on the table. I don't think he had an AR-15. I think it was a setup. I think cops or whoever, somebody was paid off. They found the trailer. Okay, we're gonna place this AR-15 on the table. We're gonna place it right here. Let's put a pistol grip on it too, and then take a photo of it and be like, "Hey, look what we found." Yeah, it was planted there. I think that gun was planted there. Because you know what's coming. The protests, the politics, that's all coming. And if you think it's not coming, stay tuned. It's coming. The protesters, the politics on both sides. after one of these events, it's coming. And if you don't think the House is going to try something with a Democratic majority, think again. I don't trust government at all. Well, very little. I said I have high hopes for November. Yeah, I do. So that makes me sound like kind of a hypocrite, right? First I say, oh, I got high hopes for November. Oh, I don't trust government, you know. That does make me sound hypocritical. I got very little trust in the government. I'll put it that way. Yeah, I do have high hopes for November. But we'll see what happens with that. So, anyway, if I say thoughts and prayers, a lot is going to attack me. But thoughts and prayers. I send my prayers out to the victims of this horrible event, tragedy. I pray for their speedy recovery in Jesus' name. And I pray that some kind of sense comes out of this. So, anyway, I'm Raging Rob. Happy Father's Day, everybody. I'm going to go home and get my shit together and I'll go visit my dad. So, happy Father's Day. Happy Juneteenth. That's this week. So, I'm Raging Rob. I'm out. Peace!